Okay, so to continue on what we're talking about is the whole idea is that, well, if anybody can make a great looking website, and I really do mean anybody can make one, why do people pay so much money for one of these things? And the reason is because they include these things here, okay? And the next one we're going to talk about is scalability. So what we want to do is we want to be able to very easily and quickly add content, add pages as as our site expands and as needs grow. Okay, so again, the whole idea here is you notice that the pages are basically all the same except the content changes. All right, so the page layout and design is the same. So if I were to add a new page, again, keeping the idea that I'm trying to go light on the explanation and show you by example. So what I want to do is I'm going to add a new page here. So all these pages here, okay, are based on this one template. So if I want to add a new page, what I can do is I go File, okay, New. Okay, so when I go in New, I want to add a blank page. I want to get a page. I want to add a page from a template. Okay, and this is the template that I want to add. Okay, so I want to add a page from a template. This is my website name. This is the name of my template. For one project, you could have as many templates as you want. All right, so click on Create, and that's it. This is my page. Now what I could do is I can add a page title. Okay, green, I don't know, and then here, okay, is where I can add my content. Simple as that. So I can add my own content right into here. Oops. All right, and I go File, Save As, and I save it into Pages, and the name of this is green. There. Okay, so I spent about 10 seconds to add a whole new page in the same design, in the same page layout as everything else. Layout's the same. All I need to do is add my own content. All right, so you can see that scalability is very, very easy. You can add pages at basically at the snap of a finger. All right. Okay, the next two are pretty straightforward. This one's called Professionalism, and that as an example, what we want to do is if you look at my finished product, we want everything to be kind of very neatly organized. So we have the graphics in a graphics folder. We have the slices in its own folder. We have the web pages in a folder, which includes the JavaScript and the CSS. We have our templates folder, and of course we have our root index stuff. All right, so that has to do with professionalism. Neat, tidy, very clean. Also related to professionalism is what we want is we want the design. It's got to look great on the outside. All right, it's got to have a really good design, and a design that matches what the website function is for. So if you're designing something for a graphic artist, you're probably going to have to crank up the creativity. If it's for some other so the design has to be striking. All right, and in this in the previous set of video lessons, the technique I showed you pretty much allowed 100%. You could do whatever you want from a creative standpoint. There basically are no restrictions to if you could dream it up, you can make it happen using this method. All right. Now it's not the easiest way to do things, but it does allow you a great amount of flexibility. But above that, and also relating to professionalism, it's got to look great on the inside. So in Dreamweaver, when you go to Code View, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the template so you can see. All right. Okay, so the HTML coding has got to be as clean as, well, to be honest, as clean as you could possibly make it. All right. So, for example, the head section starts here. the head section ends there, and I could pretty easily see that includes everything in here. Okay, so the body section is here. All right, the body section ends way down here. And things like, for example, this is a pretty good example of something that looks very clean, tidy, and professional, in my very humble opinion. So I have a div tag a division tag that starts here, and I could tell right away. I mean, if I were standing like 3 meters back, I could tell right away that this div tag ends here and includes everything in between here, between these two. I can see this span tag starts here, ends here, and includes everything in between there. Like, I could literally stand far away and I could see this. All right, so I would say that's pretty clean and easy. Without getting into a lot of details, the reason that we want to pay attention to this detail is because it makes it a lot easier to find problems if you were to have a problem. Okay, otherwise I can almost guarantee you that it would be very, very frustrating to try to locate quirks and issues and problems. So relating to professionalism, all right, it's got to look good. It's got to look good on the outside, of course. It's got to match what you're designing this for. It's got to look good behind the scenes in the folder, and also in the coding. It's got to look good as well. Okay, I really believe that this is important. All right. Now the last one is easy content management. This is a pretty big topic, and what that basically means is instead of having one person update that website, we want to have many people to collaborate, to collaborate and update that website. And the best example I can think of is Facebook. Here you have 200 million people updating the Facebook website all the time. All right, and this is the extreme example of content management. Is that my Facebook page, nobody can edit my Facebook page except for me. However, everybody can see my Facebook page. That's my profile. Same thing as you. Now you are the only person who has editing rights to your page. However, everyone can see your profile, right? So I guess just your friends can see your profile. So same thing we want on the website. Wouldn't it be great if we could say if our company grew, and then we could assign this website or this web page to 1 or 2 people who only are allowed to add content and remove content from this one page. And one of the I would have to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is definitely between a 7 and a 9 in ease. Definitely one of the easier ways to do content management, not too complicated, and still very powerful, is something called oops. So it's right. Okay, it's right here. So Contribute is basically a program that allows the kind of content management that I just explained. Okay, so what you could do is you could say, well, you have access. You could say to someone in your business, your company, you have access to this page. Okay, you could add and remove content from this page. Also easily set it up, okay, so that the person who has access to this page, now they could change the content in here, okay, in this whole area, but they're not allowed to change the links here. They're not allowed to mess with any of the templates, okay, or any of this here. And what you could also do is, in order for the page to look consistent from one page to the next, what you could also do is you could restrict the person from who has access to this page from modifying the line spacing and the font. All right, and that's all can be done in something called Contribute. Okay, so this pretty much concludes my introduction to what we're going to be doing next, and we can in the next what's to follow is actually putting this whole thing together. All right.